an unfortunate stage to reach, but
Yeah.
I suppose that's what can happen.
Yeah.
So our next question, I think we're drawing towards the close. We've already sort of answered it, but I'll ask it anyway,
Yeah.
just in case you've got any additional thoughts. And it's debt, really.
Yeah.
Why is carrying, and the key word here is unnecessary debt, a form of poor stewardship? And what steps should viewers take now to avoid debt this festive season?
Okay, so in fact, for that question, let me answer it also by reference to uh, what happens in the world I am in. I say in the introduction, I said I'm also a bank.
Yes.
So, like as a bank, we do have a department or a
Yes.
person we call the treasurer
Yes.
of the bank. So, what tends to happen at the end of each day? Treasurers of all the banks, they need to do what we call square their position.
Okay.
Yeah, square. Now, at the point of squaring their position, normally there are two things that happens.
Yes.
One, it's either this treasurer has got excess cash or they've got a deficit.
Okay.
So there are two. So now, whether you've got excess or deficit, you need to square so that you're almost like at zero or
Right.
something like that. Now, when you've got, I think let me start with the easier one. When you've got excess. So when you've got excess, the options that are available to you is to look for somebody who's got what we might call a short position, like who's got a deficit.
Okay.
And then you lend to that person at a particular interest rate, so that you are a good steward of the bank's resources.
Okay.
With your excess that you have at the end of the day, you can still earn a return on it. If you can't find anybody else, you can still place that money with the regulator. In this case, let's say the Central Bank of Zambia,
Yes.
where you also earn something.
Okay.
As a good steward. Now, if you are a bad steward, a bad treasurer, with that excess, you do nothing. It just remains on your books and ends zero for that day. So that's being a bad steward. Now, on the reverse, if you find yourself that you are short, you are the one with the deficit, and you need to square your position, you have to look for other banks that have got excess, so that they can lend it to you at a particular
At a certain rate,
at
yeah.
a certain rate. Because if you don't do that, you don't have the luxury of just going to sleep with the deficit. That must be squared. So if you don't do anything, the regulator will come in and square your position at a punitive rate.
Really?
Yes. So meaning, if you did it yourself, you would have squared your position at a like, for instance, let's say currently in Zambia, if you borrow from another financial institution or another bank, you borrow somewhere say around 14% for a day. But if the regulator comes in and they are the ones that are squaring your position,
Yes.
they lend to you at 30%. So the extra 16%
Yes.
is like a penalty. So you are being a bad steward. So now the point I'm trying to make is that debt has got a cost. And if you incur debt which in a way you didn't use properly, you basically add to your cost. So now I think getting back to the question you asked, you're basically saying if someone has overspent,
Yes.
what should they do?
What should they do? Yes.
Yes, they are already there. So now, one thing I talked about earlier also about debt is that it can ruin your reputation.
Yes.
So now, if you find yourself you've overspent, you are struggling to pay your debt,
Yes.
the best thing you can do is to do like what responsible governments do.
Yes.
When you've got debt you are failing to pay, you go back to the people who've lent you money, and you renegotiate the debt, so that instead of, for instance, if you are supposed to pay back, for argument's sake, to pay back, say, 20,000 kwacha, which you don't have, but you know that over a period of four months, you'll be having 5,000 here, 5,000 there. You go and renegotiate that. Maybe you extend the period to pay, and you lower the amount you pay per period, so that at the end of the day, you don't end up in a situation where you can't pay your debts. You are relying on other people to write off your debts. If that happens, and you've got a serious need in future, people will not touch you because they know that you are a bad
You are a
debtor.
bad debtor.
Yeah.
So that option is actually available to people.
Yes, it is.
You've got debt with an institution, a bank. You can go and sit down with them and say, guys, things are not well with me. Can we, yeah, like we're doing as a country.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's very because in fact, actually, what happens is that even for banks, one of our core business is to lend money.
Yes.
When we lend money, we understand that sometimes a business's fortunes may not go the way that they expected, and they are struggling. We can go back and renegotiate. Now, that renegotiation ideally should, in my view, it should be anticipated and dealt with before it becomes a problem.
Right.
I think similar with individuals. Like, for instance, if I've borrowed money from you, I don't wait until the due date. I default,
Then I come
and then
to
I
you.
and then I start ignoring your costs.
It must be before. You know.
Before I should come to you and tell you, look, I know I owe you this much, but I can't afford to pay it at the moment.
Right.
But here are my cash flows. Can we agree that I pay you over a period of time on reduced amounts and so forth? So for me, that would be the good thing to do.